Hi, I'm Tom Marlowe with Key West Boats, Director of Sales and Marketing. We're here today talking about the 189 FS Key West. The 189 is the model number. It's 18 feet 9 inches. That's where the model comes from. FS stands for Family Sportsman. Family Sportsman series is for the family that likes to do numerous water activities, such as fishing, of course. But there's water skiing, camping, riding, just enjoying being outdoors and on the water. And because families today like to do more than just one thing, we build a more versatile boat for that family. The 189 is built on our popular 19-degree dead rise. The 19-degree dead rise is referring to the angle of entry on the bottom of the boat. The 19-degree we have found to give the best balance of stability at rest and the smooth ride that we're expecting, so we can enjoy the days that are slightly rough. It seems that most of them are slightly rough. The bottom of the boat as well, we have the downturned outside edge, what we call a hard chine, which throws the water back down instead of letting it get in the air, which keeps the passengers of the boat dry and comfortable. Moving inside the boat, I'd like to look from the front of the boat back. There's the front deck. We have the option of the bow cushion on this boat. Bow cushion gives you a nice big space for mom or kids to lay out if they want to get some sun. And the bow cushion will snap off and remove to give you access to the generous storage that's underneath the deck. That's a dry storage box there. You can use it for life jackets, whatever big storage you may want to put on the boat. The next box back, another storage box. You can't have too much storage on a boat. The Family Sportsman concentrates heavily on more storage than the average center console in this size. We've got a storage box here that can house whatever small items you may need to carry aboard. You can also throw some ice and drinks in there if you'd like. You notice the rails around the front of the boat. These rails are recessed, low profile, so they're not in your way as you're getting in and out of the boat from the dock. Dock entry is very easy. You also have easy entry if you beach the boat. You want to crawl out. Getting out of the boat with no high rail is much easier than it is to get up and over a cumbersome high rail. If you need the high rail, if you feel like you do, we do have an option to put a higher bow rail on the boat. The console, you notice this one's got a T-top on it. That is an option. It's a fairly popular option. That's for people that use their boat more in open water than in the closed areas. Remember, a T-top increases your clearance, so if you've got low bridges to get under, what have you, the T-top may not be your option. Under the console, generous storage space. This particular one is optioned out with the dual battery setup. That's a popular option. Gives you the safety of a backup battery if you're using a lot of electronics like bilge pump, livewell pump, maybe a depth finder or your radio. You can do that with a dual battery setup and not worry about killing the batteries that you're going to need later to crank your engine. This console also, you move around here to the back side and take a shot of the console face. It has plenty of room for the popular flush mount instruments. GPS, depth finders, radios can all flush mount into a console these days, and there's lots of space on this console to do that. The cooler seat that you see in place here, it has numerous locks where you can adjust the backrest. You can flip it all the way forward. You can sit facing out the back of the boat. You can put it in a neutral position straight up and down and use it to stand up and lean back while you're driving like a leaning post. Or you can flip it all the way to the back position, sit down, and have a backrest for when you're driving. It's elevated. You see the cooler is slightly off the bottom of the boat. That's to give you a comfortable height for when you're driving the boat. You can see up and over that console. I'd like to point out too the rod holders the rod storage racks that are molded into the sidewall of the boat. Most boats in this class will have a hole cut out of a sidewall and then a plastic insert placed into that. It's a little less expensive way to do it. What we have here is a rod holder insert that will last the life of the boat because it is part of the boat. It's molded right into the rest of the hull. It's not an add-on. You've got bolsters above that, and the bolsters give you a comfortable point to lean against. So if you're inside the boat, you're bouncing around in rough water, you need to land the fish, you can lean up against these bolsters. They're nicely padded, so it'll give you the comfort of the padding. Notice the back seat. The back seat goes all the way across. That's part of the family sportsman orientation of the boat. Give you more seating for the family. Mom and the kids can sit back here when you're cruising slowly and just enjoy the day. And it adds, because of this volume that's created under the seat, it has generous storage. These cushions snap right out, which creates a nice deck that you can stand on and fish off of, so we haven't hurt the fishability of the boat. But when you open these lids, and notice the back side of the lid's a nice smooth finish, as all of them are. But when you open that lid, you've got a nice lined storage compartment down there. Relatively dry, but we've got the lip that forms the rain channel, forms a pathway for the water to run out into the cockpit. But all of this liner here comes back underneath and forms a lot of volume for storage. The cushion in the middle lifts out to access the livewell. You have a generous sized livewell in the middle of the bench seat here. A livewell serves the purpose of you keeping your fish alive. If you want to maybe return them at the end of the day, you don't feel like cleaning fish when you get home. I often think that my catch are lucky because I don't want to clean them. They get thrown back. But you can put bait in there as well. A lot of people like to fish with live bait. That's a generous sized bait well.
Fish jacuzzi.
Fish jacuzzi, yes, there you go. All of these cushions snap off, like I say, for the fishing day. If you want to leave all these cushions home, they snap right off, including the backrest. We've got removable hinge pins. You can slide those right out and leave the backrest off as well. Notice how easy it was to get that backrest out of the way. When you're entering the boat in the water, or when you're just loading the boat up at the house, your ladder folds down, backrest folds down, and now you have an easy entry in and out of the boat. The ladder is a 3-step ladder. That's important for entering the boat from the water. It's not always as easy as it looks. Come up, if you can get your foot in the bottom running, chances are you'll be able to climb up that ladder. You've got a handle here, steadies you while you pull yourself in, and then you've got a nice platform up here that will help you get on the boat. You fold the ladder, it's as simple as collapsing the telescoping ladder, and it folds flush underneath the boat. This boat is equipped with hydraulic steering. Hydraulic steering is standard on these boats. Mechanical steering is a less expensive feature that most boats in this class have as a standard. Our standard is hydraulic upgrade. Notice the through hull fittings back here. All the through hull fittings are stainless finish. That gives you not only better appearance but more durability. That pretty well wraps up bow to stern the 189 FS.
Now, when we were looking at the bow there, Tom, we just did a tape measure. What was the internal freeboard up the front?
Internal freeboard in the front is 60 centimeters, and that tapers to the rear where it is 57.
57. So that's a fair amount, I think. It's enough, isn't it?
That is enough. That's enough to make anybody feel comfortable like they're inside of a boat rather than on top of something.
That's right. And the 189, once again, like most of the modern Key West boats, you've got pull-up cleats. You can get also, I believe, you've got a pull-up pop-up fender holder as well.
That's right. That's what these smaller ones are. That's just for your fenders.
Yep. and you've got a generous amount of cup holders. You've got a nice big cup holder here, there, as well as a generous amount of rod holder space, as well, of course, as the rocket launchers on the top of the T-top.
That's right.
Yep. Excellent. Looks great. So, hold it there.